Hello and welcome back to Slay the Spire, where we today are going to attempt to do an A10 Defect run. So let's see how this goes. Let's see. I've always really liked this transform one, but it has the downside that it really saps your max HP, and I'm a little concerned about that. So I'm actually going to choose this one instead. Okay, I like Equilibrium a lot. Both blocks for a lot and gives you some mitigation. Let's see, if I wanted to go to a late shop rather than an early shop, I guess it would have to be this one. I'd have to come back through here somewhere. Yeah, something like... and we can decide once we get to this fire whether we want that elite or not. Yeah, that looks reasonable. I think I want to get here like that, probably. That looks reasonable. I want to get not too many early question marks because I'd prefer to have cards before I do things like cut the cards or add words to the cards or whatever the events do. Okay, I think this is an easy, just play the Equilibrium and pass, so I hold the defense. Like that, play the defend, okay. Rinse, repeat, I suppose. Okay, this turn, dual cast will just kill it. Actually, probably last turn, dual cast would have also killed it, but what are we talking about? Okay, so this is 3 cards. I actually really like all 3 of these. Boost Away is great for block. We already have some block. Beam Cell, applying vulnerable and upgrading to apply vulnerable 2 just lets you sort of clobber things some more. I think I'm going to take Barrage because I feel like part of the reason I want Beam Cell is to make my Barrage better, but I might as well have a Barrage before I do that. Now, currently our Barrage is not very good because our only... thing we currently have is 1 lightning orb. I'm actually not going to not going to dual cast this orb because I have Barrage in my deck now. By the way, I've been getting some comments on these lately. I really appreciate comments on these, particularly if you have suggestions on things you would have done differently or anything of that sort. This is just a hit for 5. So the Barrage here is bad, is the short version. Well, it looks like I have on the little mod. For multiplayer, I have this mod that displays how much damage each player is taking, so I know sort of how to adjust. I don't really need this to tell me that these numbers sum to 18, but hey, why not? Okay, I think here I'm probably just meant to block for 15, but I'm not sure. Okay, I can definitely play that, and I can play that, and we'll go ahead and strike you as well. Okay, so we can certainly kill you, block, and I guess hit him twice. So we're really here hoping for frost orbs more than anything else. So you can see here the little... I took 3 more damage than I on average take in this fight, is what that says. Okay, well, Ball Lightning is more orbs, and I think I'm going to take Ball Lightning instead of Boost Away, because I have the Equilibrium for block at least a little bit. This will generate some more orbs. I'd, of course, rather have frost orbs, but what can you do? Hot Fix I like, but feels like something a more advanced deck would want. Okay, I think here we're going to lose our 9 HP and get a card. Maybe we'll get an orb card, who knows? Or maybe we'll get a Hyper Beam, which is like basically a blank. But not quite a blank, because like every once in a while it will be correct to play it. But lose 3 focus, just in case you don't know how that works. Just makes it so your orbs all deal 3 fewer damage, for example, which is not what we're hoping for with this character, since we have currently just taken orb cards. So that's a pretty big downside. Now, of course, once this thing will actually, like, just die, then we can take it. Let's see. Will this thing actually die if we just do... Let's see, that would be 9 plus 7 is 16 plus 6. No, I will not die anywhere close, because we're going to take a pile of damage. That's okay. Because now we can barrage and kill it. Took 5 more than usual. I'm not surprised by that. Okay, so here we've got sort of random orb, and, you know, I am a bit of a chaos demon. I do love the random orb. I like compile driver for the card draw, but I think I just want a charge battery. Although my win rate with charge battery has not been that great. Okay, I was curious on the stats on this because I can see the event stats that maybe matter. So for this event, you can either get some gold and lose some HP, or get a not very bad curse for a random relic, which is what I almost always take, but part of me worries it might be terrible, and I still worry it might be terrible. Let's see. Here I'm like right at the borderline, but I am going to rest, I think. Okay. Do I think I can take an elite? Now that I rested... I mean, I don't think it's going to go, to be clear. I don't think this is going to go great, but I think I'm probably going to survive it. And then at that point, I think it's probably worth it. I'm going to draw some cards here because I would like to do a little bit better than this. Okay, yeah, that's a much better turn from that. And I got the equilibrium out as well, so that will help make this a little bit better. Let's see. We can here certainly like block for 12 and hit it for 15, or we can also do like a lot of damage, because if I hit that, that'll be 15, plus then I can dual cast this, that's 16. That's 30 right there. And then I could do something like that would be 36, plus those 6 would be 42. I think we get 2 away from just killing it this turn if we maximize our damage. If I did that math correctly, which is a little unfortunate. So I think that means we almost assuredly kill it next turn. So in that case, I'm going to try and save as much health as I can. And then next turn I'll draw terribly and I won't kill it. Oh no, I will. I'll draw the Hyper Beam. Which will just kill it, and then I don't have to think about it. Okay, that was 5 more damage than I usually take against that thing, or I guess usually is wrong, than I take on average. Okay, so now we have another interesting choice. By the way, we got an oddly smooth stone. I should mention this. I think one of the better, at least one of the better common relics, just makes all your blocks block for 1 more, which is pretty nice. So we can choose between another ball of lightning and a darkness. I really like the dark orbs for how much damage they do. And if we're not going to be seeing frost orbs, then maybe we're going to use our orbs more for damage, in which case I think, barring synergies, that is probably the better way to do it. Okay, I'm going to rest again. Having done that. Let's see. I don't mind seeing a couple question marks. I don't know how great they are. Okay, yeah, the pen nib. I think pen nib is fine, but it's not. We're not playing attacks that much, so it's not going to do very much. Okay, we've got a surprise shop. Okay, so a lot of kind of interesting things going on here. I think, though, what I want to take here is I think I'm going to take a Go for the Eyes because it applies weak. A barrage because that's what we're doing, and at least a cool-headed because it's useful to be able to channel a Frost Orb. I don't think I need the Feral, which cares about 0-cost cards, which I have stone none of at the moment. I should remember there's a pretty high likelihood that a question mark is a shop. I don't think I usually remember that, and take it into account as a possibility. Okay, so we'll block here, and it's full block because of the 2 from the frost. There. Okay, so now the go for the eyes we can use to make him weak, so he only attacks for 12. I will give him some punches, block for 8, and I guess give him another punch. Take 2, it's not too bad. Oh boy, it is raining a lot outside. This is terrible, though. This looks like I'm gonna take... I guess it depends how this goes. If that goes and hits him, I can take... Oh, I guess it's not that bad, actually. Wait. Oh, it's because I have an extra mana from my charge battery. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I only took 8. Because I was... If the beam had hit him instead, though, it would have been horrible. Okay, we're going to play an Equilibrium, play a Darkness. Okay. So now we've got this orb, this dark orb at the front is currently, if I can evoke it, hitting for 42. So this will make it hit for 42 twice. That will kill him. Okay, we got super lucky there. I'm going to take a second cool-headed. Yeah, I think we want to be churning the dark orbs back to the front. And now I'm not going to take this shop, actually. Sorry, we're going to take this fight instead, I think. Unless this fight goes terribly, which, I mean, this fight is very bad, so it's not unprecedented for this fight to go very badly. I'll put out a Frost Orb. Okay, we can put out a Lightning Orb, hit them for 15, block for 8, float a mana to next turn. Seems good. Let's see. Okay, we're being attacked for a bunch, so we want this guy to die. The question is, how many resources are we willing to expend? I think one resource I'm willing to expend is that. So that cycled an orb, so the lightning orb popped off the front and hit him for 8, which is good. Okay, I can play a strike to kill him now. I'm blocking for 4 from the orbs. So I can block for 12 more with those, and that's probably good. Okay. Now we've got this guy here. Can play another dark orb, play a frost orb to sort of cycle through one frost orb, and then play a defend. And I'm full blocking. 5 of that block, if you're keeping track, came from cycling one of the frost orbs off the front. I really don't want to play that hyper beam there because it will make all of my orbs block for 0, which is not good. Okay, and now I can push this. And so here's why I kind of wanted the cool-headeds, is I can now push the frost orb to the front and now dual cast it, and that'll kill him. Wow, you can see I usually take 24 on average in that fight. And we took 2 instead. I don't mind a second charge battery. And I don't mind going to this fight and seeing what is going on in this fight. Okay, okay, so these guys have slippery, so they're going to ignore the first hit that they take, which is horrible. I'm going to do this just to hit 2 of them. I'm going to play this to do that. I'm actually going to use my attack potion here because I can almost assuredly get something like this cold snap. Oh, that was terrible. Oh. Okay, so what happened there? And I could claim that I knew this was going to happen, but no, none of you would believe me. I thought this guy was on 6 HP, so I took a thing that dealt 6, but he was actually on 7 HP. So I was like, oh no, I've made a huge mistake, because he was attacking for the most, so I wanted him to die. But then it turned out that was the time my pen nib triggered, so it actually did double, so it did 12, and it did kill him. Anyway, we're currently taking 4. I think I'm actually happy to take 2 and get out an extra frost orb. I think that's fine. Okay, now a barrage will almost kill this guy because it hits once for 1 and then twice for 5. And so then I can kill this guy, push a Frost Orb there, meaning that I now have 5 blocks, so I'm full blocking, and then I can smack this guy around a little bit. Okay, we can now almost assuredly kill him, which we can. There we go. Okay, so that was a pretty good fight there. Multicast is just such a horrendous rate. Like, even though, like, multicasting a big dark orb sounds exciting, and I mean, it does sound exciting, I don't know that I'm excited enough to put this card in my deck that otherwise is going to be pretty terrible. Compile Driver would draw me more cards, but it's not like my deck is so cheap that I want to be drawing tons of cards, and I'm not making a ton of mana. Basically, if you're going to be drawing cards, you want either a lot of cards that cost 0, which this character has, but we don't have, or you want a bunch of ways that make mana, which this character has, but we don't really have. I mean, technically we have 2 charge batteries, but I don't think that is what I want to be doing. Okay, and so now we get to try and defeat Blobby McBlobberson here. Okay, so can do that and that. So get out of the Dark Orb so we can hopefully kill him. So this guy is going to be incredibly annoying to kill because he's going to, this turn, attack us for a bunch. Oh, and then he's going to split into a bunch of little idiots. Now, the Hyper Beam might actually be good against the bunch of little idiots part of the fight. So I might try to do this. Let's see. What do I have in my deck? I think I'm actually going to just redraw this whole hand because I would like to be able to block, and I would love to have the Go for the Eyes. Well, I did not draw the Go for the Eyes. I'm going to play one of these just to hit him for a bunch and get him closer to dead. And I'll do that so that I'll take 6. And so the real thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to sort of beat this threshold where I would like to not take 3 more curses in my deck, because these curses in my deck are very bad. Okay, so I can play this here, and now we get all of these guys, and now... oh, wow, I even have the pen nib up this turn, so this is doing 52 damage to all of them. Goodbye. So that went a lot better than it could have, we'll say. And now, speaking of cards that cost 0, I do really like this Boost Away. It costs 0 and it gives you a Daze, which is not great because you have to draw it later. But costing 0 is a great thing for a card to do. And now we get to fight Vantum, who starts with 1,000,000 of the Slippery. But we're going to be pretty good at poking that Slippery off of him, actually. Speaking of, I'm going to start by playing that. Play a Cool-Headed. He's attacking for 8. He's going to attack for a lot. So, because he has all of this Slippery, I think I'm actually going to play the Barrage here just to get rid of 3 of it, and then our Orbs get rid of 2 more. I will take some from not blocking, and I am, of course, going to have to block this guy because this guy is going to attack for a ton. I'll play the Darkness to get it out there. Hopefully, he can be at 0 by the time... Well, sorry. Hopefully, he can be at no Slippery by the time this Dark Orb makes it to the front, which seems very likely. Okay. We would like to block as much of this as possible. That 22 plus 4, that'll do. So we're only going to take 4 off of his giant attack. And so he's going to go through a 4-turn cycle where he's going to take off, do a little attack, do a double attack, do a huge attack. And we would, of course, love it if he would die before we get too far into that cycle. Let's see. Actually, just going to play all these attacks on him this turn, because I don't mind having all of these attacks. I am not going to play a Hyper Beam on him, so this is his little attack. Note, he did gain 2 strength, so his little attack is bigger. Okay, this is his double attack. I'm going to play this because I would really like... Well, that's not what I would really like. I really wanted a dual cast there, but we'll accept that. We'll hit him for 15. We'll defend, and we'll boost away so that we don't take any. Note, this does on its own tick up every turn, so we're getting there. Okay, so we can dual cast to hit him for a bunch. Let's see. These together would be 16. 16 is, I guess, more than 14. Plus, it gives me the mana next turn, so I'll take 12, it looks like. Something in that vicinity. Okay, so this is going pretty well. I don't need to block this turn or anything like that. Okay, and hopefully... Let's say hopefully we kill him this turn. Well, we definitely don't kill him this turn, although we got a random Ped Nymph trigger that helped a little bit, I suppose. Let's see. Now we're taking nothing, so we don't have to play that. Daze goes away. Daze came from our block card, but the 0 mana block card, I think, has done its job. Okay, and now we get to kill him with a Hyper Beam because he's dead. So the Hyper Beam, I think, is terrible in general. But the nice thing about the Hyper Beam is that eventually you draw it at such a point as you are... going to kill them by playing it. And of course, the downside doesn't matter if the enemy's dead. Okay, so here, I hate Rainbow basically entirely. Gay Pride and all that, I love it. It's great. But the card is sadly poop. Ice Lance I really like. It channels 3 Frost. But I think actually what we want is, I think, this Coolant over here, because we currently are doing a, like, mixed orb strategy. We have a dark card, we've got a couple frost cards, we've got a couple lightning cards. And so with that strategy, this will just get us to a medium amount of block every turn. Of course, ideally, we'll eventually have so many orb slots that it'll get us like 3 orb cards every turn, or sorry, 6 block every turn, but we don't know about that. Okay, let's see. We've got this pile of things. So I generally don't like Sozu. Which makes it so we can't get potions, and I like potions. Runic Pyramid is really good, although the pros will say I think you should basically always take it, unless you're bored by it. I don't feel like we have an amazing Runic Pyramid deck, particularly because of this Hyper Beam that would be basically stuck in our hand forever. So I think I'm supposed to take Astrolabe here, or is I think what I'm going to take. Okay, so now the question with the Astrolabe is, obviously I'm getting rid of 2 strikes. Am I getting rid of a 3rd strike, or am I getting rid of the Hyper Beam? I think I'm going to get rid of 3 strikes, transform them and upgrade them into a creative AI. Let's see, what did we get? We got a creative AI, a Glacier, and a Gunk Up. Okay, I'm not that thrilled by the Gunk Up. I guess I'm not that thrilled by the creative AI, but I am thrilled by the Glacier. Which blocks and makes us Frost Orbs, which is basically, you know, what we're doing. Let's see. Where's the 3rd shop? I was told you can, like, highlight this. Oh, all 3 shops are on the left path. Oh, that's horrible. Okay, well, we're not doing that. Not that it's not so much that I'm, like, terrified of this elite, although Act 2 elites do scare me more than Act 1 elites and Act 3 elites. But I don't want to go to 3 shops, and I'd be forced to go to 3 shops, which is, like, basically spending, like, 2 dead spaces. So I'm instead going to go over here, and I'm going to hope one of these question marks is a shop. So then the question is, do I go, like, this way and get, like, tons of question marks? I think that's probably reasonable. I don't yet have a sense of what question marks are in what pools. Mostly I just go, oh, that's an event, and then I'm either happy or sad. I should probably try and take an inventory of sort of that kind of thing. But I probably will want to come up here and grab these fires afterwards, because I probably would like to upgrade some stuff, but we'll see. We don't have to decide early. Okay, well, so definitely playing a defend. Then the question is, are we playing this creative AI to get a random power every turn, or are we just playing the zap? And I think given we've got 2 barrages in our deck, I think we're probably just playing the zap. But it's possible I will regret that. Okay, I will play a Coolant and an Equilibrium. Block for 14. Still takes 7, actually. This act is a little rough so far. Let's see. I can certainly play at least one Bullheaded. Now, note, I can't play the Hyper Beam and just kill them all because these guys all have this ability that means that they can't take more than 9 damage. Which is bad. Okay, we'll play the Charge Battery. And let's see. Coolant triggers at the beginning of the turn, right? So playing a Dark Orb now won't help me. Dark Orbs aren't especially good against these guys anyway. So I basically have to choose between what I like to block for 6 more, block for 2 more by playing a Cool-Headed and also proc a Lightning, or hit one of them for 15 and make them almost dead. I think probably that is the long-run best option. Okay, well... Lightning go. Okay, the lightning has gone as it is supposed to. Okay. So I didn't have any attacks to actually kill this guy, but I had lots of lightning. Okay. So I have 3 orbs, so I can definitely kill this guy. No problem. I can weak this guy so he's not attacking for as much. I can hit him for a bunch, and then I can full block, so that's all good. Okay, and then we can kill him. Okay, so I took 24 damage, which is not the number that I was hoping to see. Okay, so now I have an interesting choice between a Shadow Shield and a Glacier. I'm probably going to take the Glacier because I really like Glacier, just because Frost Orbs are so nice. Now we're leaning a little more into Frost Orbs than Mixed Orbs. I don't think... Oh, I guess I should care about the Strength Potion because Barrage is my main damage source. But Barrage, at least, doesn't care about whether the orbs are all mixed up or not. Okay, so now we can choose between these. Okay, so I think just giving up the Strength Potion for a random relic is fine. I don't really want to give up the Oddly Smooth Stone. I am a blocking deck at the end of the day. Okay, I am not taking this Metamorphosis, which in addition to the fact that my deck already has 80 million 2-cost cards, is also a 2-cost card that adds more garbage to your deck. So this is upgrading a card. What is it? This upgrades to 3 block a turn? That's pretty good. I could also upgrade a Barrage to be 7 damage per orb. I think I'm just going to upgrade the passive thing, even if sometimes this is only going to be like 1 more block, but okay, we will now hope that we don't get any shops, because now I'm going to buy a Sturdy Clamp, which lets you carry over up to 10 block per turn, which is amazing. Let's see, we can transform a card, or we can enchant a card to make it do more damage but take HP. I don't think we really want to do that. Let's transform a card. Now I'm going to transform the Hyper Beam. I really don't want this Hyper Beam in my deck anymore. It can just become a Sunder, which, I mean, is a good card, but is mostly a good card because you sometimes draw it in Act 1, and we're now no longer in Act 1. Oh, I could have done the Gunk Up. I'd forgotten that was in the deck because we hadn't drawn it yet. Let's see, we'll do that. We'll play the Charge Battery. We're not that thrilled about the Creative AI either. Let's see. Am I... Part of me is actually tempted here to use the Bottled Potential, but I think it's better to just attack this guy for 15. This guy, if you full block him, it is much better than if you don't full block him. I will full block him this turn, and I will play the Coolant so that it will help with some extra blocking. Okay, this guy I can kill with the Sunder, so I get my 3 mana back. That was pretty good. Can play the Darkness, play the Lightning Orb, so I've got my nice collection of mixed orbs. I carry over 10 block till next turn, and then I get 9 block from my Coolant, so that's pretty good. So I'm already taking 0. I can play a Barrage, and then I don't really have to do more than that. Now that I have a lot of Frost Orbs, I'm more interested in the Hotfix, which basically makes all of your Frost Orbs block for 2 more. And it exhausts the first time you play it until you upgrade it. I don't know if, I don't know when that'll happen. A Centennial puzzle, so the first time we take damage, we draw a bunch of cards, which will be great with our hotfix, which costs 0. Let's see, what does the map look like from here? From here, I'm probably going to just wuss out and go to the fire. So I think I can probably here get away with smithing the hotfix. Okay. And the hotfix is better now that we have the clamp, because that just gives us turns where we spike a lot of extra block. Okay, so here we can just play our 2 orbs. Hotfix for no particular reason, really. But hey, why not? Okay, we can certainly go for the eyes. Equilibrium to block. Barrage. Oh, I said for no particular reason on the block, but we have a sturdy clamp, so I'm actually supposed to play the block. Now, this is a fight I sometimes struggle with deciding when I'm supposed to bother attacking these idiots and when I'm not. It's not always clear, because this guy eventually attacks for an enormous amount. Of course, we don't like being attacked for enormous amounts here at Zetamath Enterprises. I'll play one of those. Okay, I'll play a charge battery. Sadly, I'm sort of a mana short from being able to do this and kill 2 of them. So I think I'll just play a charge battery again. Carry over some block till next turn. Okay, we could certainly push that to the front. Play a gunk up on you. Play a glacier, which does kill one of them. So that's probably good enough. I wasn't remembering that the glacier was going to push the dark orb there. I was still kind of hoping to be greedy and dual cast it, but what are you going to do? Okay, well, conveniently we've drawn the Sunder, so the Sunder lets me just whack this one for free. And I can play a glacier, which will help, and I can play a coolant, which won't help this turn, but I'll only take 7, and it'll help next turn. Okay. This is another instance of debating if I want to try to kill this guy or just kill this guy. Probably might as well kill this guy, although I don't have a super efficient way to do it. It's a little bit painful to do it that way. Okay, I'm taking 0, but I'm going to play this boost away just to help me block for some more. Okay, we will play the darkness again. We'll play this. Play that. Oh, I probably should have set that up with pen nib. I always forget about pen nib. Oh, I have tuning. I don't know. I don't think I even mentioned when I got the tuning fork because I'm terrible about playing it. But every 10 skills I play, I get 7 block for free. So that's obviously a nice bonus to have. We've got the hotfix. Play an equilibrium here. Dual casting the frost orb. Might as well just to put it at the front, or put the dark orb at the front that I eventually would like to use to do some havoc on these, but I'm probably going to kill them another way before I get there. Let's see. I'm going to play this first. Play the glacier. Play the boost away so I can carry over maximum block to next turn. Spoiler, I was already doing that. Okay, we can do that and that. Yeah, we'll play that short. Okay, we have almost deadened this guy in the longest combat of all time. We managed to only get out of there with only 7 damage. This isn't bad. Okay, now we really want this capacitor. Last work would give us an extra kind of orb, and that's all well and good. But the capacitor, especially once I upgrade it, will let me have an additional orb slot, or 3 additional orb slots. Ooh, and a royal pillow is great, or sorry, regal pillow, because what it does is it lets us have rest, recover more health, which will be quite nice. Okay, so we're going to play you. We could just play everything here. We're still going to take 1 because we drew terribly, but I'm not going to use a draw potion to not take 1 in this particular instance. Let's see. I would love the dark orb. I'll get the block orb out, and we can start the barraging. Okay, we can play the coolant here. We can play the glacier as well, just so that I can get all of my block stuff going. Okay, now we can play a capacitor and a glacier, and now we're really blocking, because now you see that now we've got 5 frost orbs, so that's like blocking for 10 every turn, plus 3 from the coolant. And of course the coolant can be even better if we otherwise. Also, our barrage now hits for more, which is also appreciated. No reason to dual cast these. Okay, I can play that. We'll play this to get me to full blocking by pushing one of the frosts off the front. And then we'll barrage you. Okay, we will glacier to get us up to full block. And we'll gunk up with our pen nib turn to do double. For once I actually saw it was the pen nib turn. Okay, now this is like the lesson in how disgusting hotfix is, because it doesn't matter this turn, but now like our orbs are just blocking for 1,000,000. I think I should probably just play the equilibrium, just hold this over. Okay. And now if I do this, it'll force that off, and then I can play this barrage for 1,000,000. So we successfully managed to get through that with only taking 2. I do really like Null because it applies weak, and weak is really good. So I consider taking it here, but I'm not going to, I don't think. Glasswork gets me a glass orb, which is nice because it's an additional kind of orb, but I don't think I need it. I do think I'm probably going to replace the bottled potential with an energy potion for this boss. And I am going to rest because with my regal pillow, I'll get back to full. Okay, so this is a good starting hand. So play all of that, and technically playing this hotfix doesn't do nothing, and I carry over 10 of the block to next turn. Okay, so now do I want to, at the end of my turn, take 6 damage, or do I want to draw 1 fewer card each turn? I think I can handle the drawing 1 fewer card each turn because I have a bunch of card draw in my deck. Okay, so I'm going to channel 2 Frost. I will bap him with the lightning. Okay, well, we'll channel some more Frost. And I suppose put out a lightning orb, although it's not 100% clear. Okay, so we can certainly get a darkness orb out there. We can certainly barrage because it actually does some damage. And we can play a block card just so that more block will carry over. Okay, of course we draw our Go for the Eyes on the turn that he is weak. I maybe should occasionally look over at the pen nib and see where we are on the pen nib, but we're not especially anywhere nice on the pen nib. Maybe when I get the pen nib back up to 10, I should use the attack potion. Okay, am I ever playing more than 3 cards each turn in this deck? I don't think so. At least not often. So I think for once I can actually take that, because I do have a lot of things that cost 2, so it should be reasonable. I probably should not play the creative AI if it's the case that I'm not legally allowed to play 3 cards. We'll play the Glacier here. And I'll play the Cool-Headed, because that will get me back to enough there. Okay, Pen Nib currently on 6. I will apply some weak. I will play the Gunk Up. Pen Nib on 8. I'll play the Charge Battery. Again, lots of block carrying over. Okay, we will play the Ball Lightning. Now Pen Nib is on 10, so it's going to double whatever this thing is. These are all terrible. How many statuses do I have in my deck? Is it even 1? It's 2. So Flak Cannon here would do 32 damage. If I spend some mana here, this could do 18 damage. And I could evoke all my orbs and do 22 damage, but that sounds horrible. Technically, it would do more than 22, because it would also evoke these for 8 each, and this for 42, but that still sounds really bad. So I'm going to take the Flak Cannon. Not be especially happy about it, but I can carry over some block to this turn. Now I have to start taking stacks of Disintegration. I can't have only 2 mana per turn. That is not an option. Okay, so we can, though, play a Barrage for some damage. We can push this off the top. So we've now got this 48 at the front. We'd love to draw a Dual Cast. Is it in our deck? It's not in our deck. We can take 5 here by barraging. Oh, it won't be 5. Oh, no, it will be 5. Sorry, yeah, it's... Okay, yeah, we'll do that. I could have full blocked it, but I'm at enough health, and I really do want it to die before I find out what the 4th power is. Because I don't think I've ever actually seen the 4th power, and I don't... It's not like I'm dying to find out what it does the 4th time. Okay, so let's see. We can play a big Glacier. We can play a Charge Battery, and we can play a Hot Fix, and then we'll only take 1 this turn, which is acceptable. Play a Darkness here, because we have to do something at some point. Play another of those. Let's see. We're currently taking 3. We can take 3 and deal 30. I think we'll win that race. Okay, we can certainly Cool-Headed, Charge Battery, Boost Away. Oh, that got a 7 bonus block because of the Tuning Fork. That gets us 10 or 7 block every time we play a bunch of skills. Okay, this turn, maybe there isn't actually another one. Just based on the fact that I think this would have been the turn for it to trigger. It's now just doing its other attack. Okay, let's see. We can play that and that and that and not take too many, I suppose. Although we might just die to this thing. Let's see. Currently hits 1 time. Excellent. Okay, we can go for the eyes to take less damage. We can Ball Lightning so that we keep doing damage. And we'll Dual Cast because I think that will block for the most. So now I carry over some block to next turn, which should help. Definitely play that. Currently taking 18. Well, we do need him to die. Oh, Hot Fix blocks for more. Because this is not a sustainable amount of damage for us to take. In fact, we're taking 40 here. Are we going to die? That'll be really unfortunate. Let's see. Should be able to handle this turn because I can play a Glacier and an Equilibrium. And have him down to 9. Okay, oh, but then he gained health, so that's not great. Okay, so we need to block a bunch. Let's do that. Now we're not taking any damage. We can do 15 at least. Oh boy, this is going to be tight because I don't think we're going to be able to do enough damage here. Oh boy, yeah, we came down to 6. Oh, that's so sad. Because he's down to 3 actually before we die. Oh, I'm sure there was something I screwed up there. Because 3 is just like missing by so little. Well, that's the way the Spire goes sometimes. But thank you for joining me. We'll beat A10 with one of these characters eventually. I swear. I have done it off stream with some of the characters, although not all of them. But at least that was a pretty good run right up in there until that last one, which I'm pretty sure I screwed up somehow because getting him to 3 must have been bad. I don't know. I don't think I can plausibly have taken Disintegration there as the third option. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching, and we'll be back soon with another episode of Slay the Spire. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.